Hello and welcome to the JustWill Podcast and Talks. Today we have got a special guest on the show, and he goes by the name of
Rizzy Rap, come on, my brother.
Rizzy Rap,
My
big
brother.
man, big things,
My
big
brother,
things.
my
So
brother.
basically, today's show is going to be a bit of a Q&A, and then we've got a little special thing towards the end of the actual show. So Rizzy, give these guys a bit of bit of information on yourself,
man.
like who are you, what do you do, man?
Bromtown, rapper, artist, different type of genres. Man, just love music in general, them ones, fam. So just any type of sound, man, enjoy, man, just get with. But yeah, from Birmingham, started rapping like when I was about 10, 11. But yeah, man, now I'm trying to take it serious, you get me?
Jeez, so you've been rapping since young, yeah?
Yeah,
Rapping
fam,
since young.
yeah,
So
fam.
basically, the main thing is that I ask a lot of artists that come onto here, and I'm going to be asking many artists because Rizzy's the first ever artist on this actual podcast.
Yeah, and I appreciate
So-
it, man. Bring your man first.
Yeah, standard, bro. Come on, standard. And he's going to be raising the bar for all you lot later.
Yeah,
Trust
yeah,
me,
yeah.
watch.
My brother,
Trust me,
my
yeah?
brother,
So
my
I just want you to tell me, and tell the audience, what got you into music? Like, you said you've been rapping
Yeah,
since,
yeah, yeah.
10,
See
11. So,
yeah, it's mad.
what is it?
Man used to listen to other man,
Yeah,
bro man
yeah.
coming up and London man, and even American artists, and I used to think, yeah, man, this is sick, because I noticed people used to like them and listen to them, and even in the area, man would spit like bars of guys around, so I knew that there's something, and I thought, you know what, man, I need to be able to just do that as well, man. I always try and make songs where I listen to people's words in it, so like there's only I can't explain it, like more. I want to be able to listen to someone and be like, you know what, that's how I want my own of that. Like I want to have my own sound and be respected the same way through music. You know what I mean?
So you've kind of
Like
seen people who are
Yeah,
already
man.
out there, already
Yeah,
come up
man.
in that, and you seen that, and you're like, you know what?
Yeah.
I want that. I can do that.
Because
Yeah.
I used to get like when I was younger, like you'd hear like man spitting and you'd be like, fucking, I want to go. And then like doing it, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
man used to just go home, write my bars, you get me? And man would tell me, you're write my first bars. It was like, your bars on the best creator, hate best, no, I don't rate ya. That was like man's first ever bars.
Jeez,
You know,
man had a little flow in that,
you get
yeah.
me? Them
Standards,
school
yeah,
times.
yeah.
But then as man got on, man was like, nah, you cold, and from when you just gotta believe in yourself as well, fam. You get me?
Yeah. Of
And
course,
you get me
man.
before anyone else believes in you, you get me?
Yeah, straight. So it is all about self-belief. So obviously, I've been watching you for some time, and I've had you on social for time. You get me? So I've seen you go from just dropping little videos in your car and that to doing freestyles and that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
basically,
my
my main question is, what would your piece of advice be to someone coming up, because you're coming up yourself now, innit? And I've noticed, you've gone from having 800 followers when I first followed you to you on 1600 followers now, something like that now. Is it getting there, and you're getting over 100 likes per post, and you're getting nice engagement. So what sort of advice would you have for anybody watching this who's an up and coming artist who wants to kind of get into the scene, get that engagement, get them followers? How did you do it? What would you recommend?
Like, I'd say anyone that knows they believe in themselves, just write your bars. If it's to do with music, it could be anything, whatever you're doing, acting, football, whatever. Yo, just work on your craft, write your bars, and just know you're coming through it. And you just sit down yourself and say, you know what, I'm gonna do what I need to do. And so I just started putting out Instagram freestyles. I said to my brethren, like, yo, you know what, I've dropped these tunes and they're doing it right as well. I didn't realize promotion and marketing and things like that, but I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna give Instagram and some bars every other few days or once a week.
Give them something to
see
show
how
that
it
you're doing
goes.
things and that, yeah.
And since then, it's sort of snowballed into getting more of a fan base. And there's even there's other man that are from Brum that I'd work with and worked with in the past and working again. But I feel even networking and stuff's important. You get me? All that comes together because it's sort of collective in the music. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you're saying obviously self-belief and it that's
mainly.
a big thing in today's day though,
Yeah.
God, especially with what's going on, self-belief's a big thing. A lot of people have insecurities and bare insecurities and I can imagine you probably writ a bar and that and probably sat there and spat that bar and that. So what you're saying is then have self-belief and even if as long as you're feeling yourself, keep going.
No one else is gonna believe until you believe in yourself. That's how I looked at it, because I was thinking I was dropping videos and they was doing alright. Mama said it hard, but I've always thought, no man, I know when you believe in yourself, you can do what you're saying. You just think, you know what, I'm just gonna. So that's when I started doing songs, and even in bars sometimes my bars come across wrong. I got 16s I talk about designers, and I'm not saying it in a way where if you got them, I don't like you. It's not that at all, fam. It's a thing of where for the man that haven't got it or they can't get it or they wanna, don't be disheartened just because you can't do a video with a song. But as long whatever you're saying in your head, as long as you believe in yourself and you're spitting some fire, yeah, bro, just keep on doing what you're doing. None of that other stuff matters.
Yeah, standard. So like that brings me on to the next question quite like nicely, innit? Yeah. So I've seen your bars. There's a lot of content there, innit? And obviously I've worked with you through my label, which we're going to talk about in a bit as well, So obviously I've seen like your bars and that, and like some of the things you say and stuff. And obviously I could tell from your bars you come from a humble beginning, humble background. Man's had to grind up from because one of your bars like 17, you're sitting in my own pad and stuff like that. So obviously I see you've come up like that, So obviously, what is it that actually inspires your content and like what you spit about? Because like there's a mixture in it.
Yeah, like
man, I've come across your iNight TV freestyle, and you're there talking about love and that, but you're not talking about love like as in like yo girl with a fat back. You're talking about like love for music, exactly. So you've switched up that content. So like, what sort of like things have gone on and like things inspire you for your content? So like I already know like, and you've already said like the olders that you seen when you was coming up and that, and when you was growing up and like you wanted that, but what inspired that content? Because your content of your bars is completely different to a lot of those out there now coming up type of thing.
I think it's just the way sometimes when how you know how you portray yourself, especially on music as well, like you gotta, like, I feel maybe it's just how I am as a person, and that's how it comes out. So that's naturally how I think. Like I've always, people always say to me, yo, you're so humble. Like, but I've always thought like to that, like, that's how I've been. So I don't know how I'm supposed to be. You know, no one's like, I'm just me. People get thrown off with it sometimes. You know what I mean? But I'd say like to the music and that, like, I want to inspire people more than anything. So I feel if I can write something that I believe in my heart, that's, you know, I think it's stuff like, I'd say just, even when you see like, you know, the artists that have made it, like, you know, you big American artists, like, you know, if you can say to yourself, yo, if I was in a studio with these man, like, they're 1,000% let us work or understand the passion behind it. So man need to be able to just do it for themselves to inspire everyone else and make everyone else believe in themselves. That's the main thing to me. But
yeah, standard. I'm rating that. So obviously, like we said earlier, and you mentioned networking and that being key, So I'm guessing, and from what I've seen, you've gone from doing like your freestyles in your like car on Instagram and stuff, and you still upload them now, but not as much because you're releasing actual content now. So obviously, we're gonna talk about your single and obviously coming up. But like you've started releasing freestyles on a lot of channels. So I've seen you on Click Plug. Is it Click Plug Media? iNight, MRG Media. I've seen you on like you're going out there branching and networking. How is it you come across these people? Did they holler you, or did you like pop up to them like you sitting there doing this thing and you're like?
RG Media. That's a brother I knew already. Like where I used to be at work. He's blessed brother, man. Trust me, real blessed brother. And the other ones are sort of networking. Click Plug, iNight TV. These are all people that, you know, they both got a mutual respect for each other, and, you know, therefore want to work like, you know, how I think. But that's what I love though, man. I love that man can just network and all come together. Because I remember times when, like, I just appreciate getting to do a freestyle like years ago. You know, there was things on, and I'd say to man like, yo, drop man on this, and I wouldn't even get an email back from you know what I mean? So for man to be able to say, yeah, man, you know, this is sick, and I'm doing my thing as well, and I want us to work together. You know, it's appreciation. You get me, fam? But
yeah, of course. So obviously, so that's what you're doing now. So you're like networking and stuff. So in front of me, I've got a track which you've released. I'm not sure if it's gonna play. I'm not 100% sure, but it's called Big Smoke.
Big Smoke.
So you released that 9th of May, was it 9th of May around then?
Like yeah.
So what like, what's the inspiration behind this track? Because you've done like spoken some mad stuff on there. Like obviously, I'm gonna try and get it to work, but. This thing don't like me, you know what I mean? YouTube don't like, man, you know what I mean? But, like, obviously, like, I've listened to the track, you've listened to the track, people out there have listened to the track. If you haven't, it's on YouTube, which I've got up now.
That one that went up,
wants to work.
That went up through, distribution.
Because you put it on like Spotify and stuff, so that's where I was gonna go with it. So obviously, like I said, and as like everyone knows now, you started with just little freestyles in your car. Now you've built up and gone and done a few freestyles, but before you done them freestyles on the net, you dropped Big Smoke. Like that was one of the like most polished things I'd seen from you in terms of like what you released in a while, and Big Smoke had dropped. Now that was on Spotify and stuff. How did you go about getting your stuff on like certain things like Spotify, etc.?
I went through that one through TuneCore distribution.
TuneCore, yeah.
Because there's quite a few I know there's quite a few names, and I was looking to get on a few others, but I never had, the leasing and the beats and all that. I take that serious because I always feel I never want to put a video out that I want to start to stream and that. And then it gets like anything, when madness happens, you get maybe a views
so people getting taken down,
so I
and
try
stuff
and
like that,
pattern that. But that was TuneCore, and I just put it out as a single.
So like, what sort of successes did you have with Big Smoke? Because I know like it's done 134 views on YouTube, but it weren't a YouTube thing. It was a Spotify Apple
That's what I'm saying, like that.
So obviously, for it to have 134 views on YouTube, already states like had traffic anyway, because people aren't looking on YouTube for your single. They're looking on Spotify, Apple. It's like it's today's day. You know what I mean?
I did think that because they put it up, and I thought, everyone's gonna think that I put that up through my YouTube because it's topic.
It's the topic thing.
But to see that even done, obviously that's not mad numbers, but to know that people have gone and checked because maybe they ain't got Spotify or Apple Music, they thought, you know what, maybe it's on YouTube and they found it. I'm glad that makes me happy. Them ones. But that song was basically I made it and I had it ready before coronavirus again.
Before the lockdown
and I was gonna put it out just like a little like a tune just to put out, and then I thought, you know what, let me just, because that's the first song I've ever done like streaming and stuff like that.
So like getting it out on all the distribution sites and that.
But man is saying, nah, you need to do a video for it, because the whole influence of it was like a chill rap vibe, and you can just kick back with your brethren if you smoke one, just chilling and whatever you're doing, drinking, But it's doing all right, the tune, but I feel you need, you can't just drop a single and it's gonna go crazy, blood.
Of course,
yeah, man, it's done all right, man.
That's what I mean. Like, you know what? You're an individual artist. You're independent, and that obviously you've gone and released this yourself. So obviously, a lot of artists out there already know there's distributors as well. Like labels aren't as important in 2020 if you're trying to go independent. Obviously, they're great in terms of like marketing, promotion, and having money put into you. Like I run a label myself, so I know the benefits of a label, but it isn't a necessity anymore. Once upon a time, back in like Dre's time, Eminem's time, when like hip hop was like first coming up and stuff like that, it was more of a independent thing, and then obviously labels got formed, and like labels were starting to like buy into the hip hop, and then they took over, and now we're kind of going back again, like into the Dr. Dre, Eminem era, where man's in their bedrooms produce on a little MIDI keyboard like this, and then they're recording and that, and then they're dropping it out on Spotify and Apple themselves using these distributors. So obviously, like, you've worked with the distributor, but you've also worked with my label. So what differences do you see in there? Because obviously, like, we've already mentioned like funding's a big thing. Because obviously with the label, you ain't had to pay for stuff with this. You've had with the Big Smoke, you've had to pay for like your production and stuff like that. But what are the benefits? Because obviously you haven't released the single with the label yet, which we're going to talk about in a bit. Like, you haven't released that yet, but you've already seen certain benefits and stuff. So like, what sort of benefits would you say to people out there that are independent and like? Because a lot of people that are independent, they're very naive to working with any labels or any teams.
True.
And to be fair, that's fair enough, because there's a lot of labels out there that aren't for your best interest, but there's labels out there that are. So what can you sum up for the people in the audience watching now the difference between independent release and label release and stuff?
I think as well, some of these, like, man needs to watch, especially depending what label it is. They can, if people have got a label and they're willing, they're helping you and put together, all the, if it's the right word, necessities to come together to help. The whole organization as a whole. It's so sick. You get me? That's what you already know what I say to you. Man, like, them ones. But I think, like you said, it's gone from people going to labels, like, of other people, and having to, that's them people putting their shares in. Nothing's wrong with that. If you've done that, that's still congratulations, them ones. But like, I've noticed now, people are having their own labels, like your own, doing your own thing, like that's everything you own. You know what I mean? And I think that's a therefore a key thing man need to know, especially if they're coming into in the music or the business side, or you know what I mean? Therefore, so well done to man,
standard. So obviously we've spoke about you've worked with my label, and I'm gonna give the viewers a little preview of what's coming up. They can't see the full thing because the date's not released yet, so we're not. But we're gonna give them a little preview, So let's run this little preview,
man.
And then we're gonna go into this and talk about this and how this came about.
Yeah, man, sick.
I gotta get these bags up, stacks up.
All in cash, cause what?
Hazing packs on fresh blood.
Hey.
Movie life can't act up. Woo!
I gotta get these bags up, stacks up. All in cash, cause what? Hazing packs on fresh blood, yo. Movie life can't act up.
What?
Beats and samples, I'm bringing soul back.
What? Reps in the trackie, weren't no notepad. 17 sitting in my own pad, could've got mad,
But I
but
can't go a whole pack. Hey, large up, trust me, large up.
Jeez. So obviously, we're already hyped on it because we've listened to this full thing, yeah. So obviously, everybody watching this now, you can see me and Rizzy are hyped on it. Like this tune bangs, yeah. Now obviously, I already know how this tune came together, and it, and like the audience ain't here to watch me today. They're here for you because it's a special guest episode. You know what I mean? So I want you to tell the audience like, how did this come together? How did it come along? Like, what happened for this to happen? You know what I mean?
Yo, it's so mad, man. What's my
JustWill, yeah.
Yo, and man, like, let me know, like, you know, keep doing your thing, fam. But that's why I think it's always important to remember who noticed something in you. You know what I mean? And notice what you're doing. And so for man to come together and say, yo, let's make some magic. You know them ones, all of us together. Yeah, man, it's proper things, man. I'm gassed to be a part of it, you know them ones. But yeah, man, we never that long ago we made it.
Yeah.
J-Bizzle made the beat. It was a mad thing, you get me? And we
yeah,
just done a madness,
standard.
fam.
So obviously, for those of you out there that are
engineered.
watching this now, like this tune was made in a day. Like Rizzy came down to Digital Village, which is where we are now. Digital Village, Digbeth, hold tight, Digital Village.
Large up.
And he came down here, and we're in the studio right now. And he came down to the studio. And Job is always a producer. He's also the second half of Top of Top. We're both the runners of that. He's the main owner, and I'm the co-owner. So, like, he's had loads of beats. Hollered you, as you said,
yeah.
Like
hard
straight.
as well.
Obviously, I've hollered Rizzy as well. I've been like, yo, listen, you're going in. Like, obviously, we want to work with you. Rizzy's come through, and that, like, obviously, one thing I've said about Rizzy from day one is humble. When it man was gonna like allow the session because he didn't have P to pay for the session. This is like what we're saying. Like man was like, you know what, this week's not my best week, but like next week, man's up and that. So yeah, let's do it. And we're like, nah, don't worry about the money, man. Like just roll through. So obviously that's another benefit of labels in 2020. You know what I mean?
Them things, man, I have to appreciate. You get me?
Yeah, standard. Trust me. And this is like why we say like obviously you're one of the humblest brothers I've worked with in some time. You know what I mean? Like man's come through, thankful and that. Obviously we put this beat on and you read up a mad chorus and put some verses in there and you're like, yo, and like since like this that preview there ain't even fully mixed yet. Like
man, it's hard,
that's what I'm saying. Like that ain't fully mixed and you bop into it already, and I know you man at home are bop into it. You know what I mean? So obviously we've got into that, and obviously eyes out everybody for Rizzy Bags Up. That's going to be coming out very very soon, within the next month. It's coming out, man. Like we're working on the release for that now. So obviously we're gonna get into the part of the show which nobody knows yet, but is the favourite part of the show for every viewer. Because obviously, like I said, it's the first ever time I've had an artist on here, Yeah, man. So obviously, this part of the show is called the freestyle on a mystery beat. So obviously, I gave you a bit of heads up in it because I don't like to put too many people on spot. You know what I mean? But I've give you a heads up on that, So today we're going with like a drilly rap vibe, So how this is gonna work? I'm gonna play a beat produced by JustWill. And Rizzy is going to come in. He's not heard this beat before. He's never spat on this beat before. None of that. And he's going to come in. He's going to like lay some mad freestyle. And obviously, not straight away when this is uploaded. This is coming out on the 30th. So you're watching this on a Sunday. But on the Thursday following that Sunday, this will be coming out on Spotify, Apple Music and everything. It's going to be available. You get me? So make sure we're streaming that. So we're going to get into it, So we're going to start off the beat. And we're going to get straight into the freestyle, brother, Straight into the freestyle.
Jeez. That's your money, man. Trust me.
Hold tight. JustWill on the production of this one,
Yeah, man. I know this is going to be hard. I ain't even heard it yet, but you already know, man. Hey. Rizzy.
Jeez.
Now drop money. JustWill, trust me. Yo. I'ma get back when I'm active. Road to madness, man, pull it out, that's go gadget. What? Say they love me now when I'm whipping round like I'll map this. What? Tragic mastered man and stuck in cells like cancers. Big spliff, I go light it. What? Phone keeps ringing and she don't like it. These at the door won't let this typing. Things on the floor call, I ain't typing. Too clued up, but I still stay whiling. Got the ironing, compressed like iron, and I got mine. I need ice and diamonds for all that writing and freestyling. Or you look back when I'm doing not review for bad ones, but I'd easily air to. Don't cut shakes, but the dogs move squares too. Man won't try all there too. Went mad time ago. I just deal with that. I need a milli check and I deal with that. I don't wear the hats, I don't do the cap. If I come for rap, you know that's a rap. I need plaques and awards, not a tombstone. Spit that heat, whilst that man are too cold. Double that sound like two-tone. Facts and packs in new zones. Get mansions from loose homes. Me and music come like two souls. Come for two shows, whipping the new rolls. Trust me, yo. Aye. So bro, man just rolled up a 3-5. Tell me right now you're buzzing, fam. I'm coming for a beehive. Please try get with me, girl. Can't decline. Rewind indicator when I see signs. What? Oh shit, man, I aim for a mil, but I need 5. I need more bowl settings. Names on table, sweet boy youths, man, a bait team made pre. Go ask man if he's feeling stable. Hearts can break when you turning tables. Going on my rap like a that pussy that comes and collect. Yo, 100 beats and 100 bars. Really ain't said nothing yet, my dog. Thoughts ain't normal, mad life too, it gets awkward also. Bad thing there, she got hands on torso. Primark tea like I ain't got sauce though. Say that shit, can't diss me for it. Goldilocks, I got different porridge. Run around, I'm a busy Sonic on it. Lizzy Brown when it's Rizzy on it. Some busy body, stop smoking my pens enough. Man will call that shit, but I'll call you bluff. Yo, fuck that shit, I need a lock on the game when I'm safing up. Come to make it up, I'm gonna make it blood. And I ain't making up so I can get rakings up. Are you crazy, blood? Trust me. Aye, mad. Trust me. My brother. I'll drop money, man, 1,000 times and job is a man, trust me. Some real talented brothers, trust me.
Hey, yo, you just shut
My
that
brother,
down, my brother. You
come
shut
on.
that
I'm trying to
down.
remember the fucking boys these days, bro. Getting here and there, fam, get me off this. But yeah, man, love, fam.
You killed that, man.
My
Like, yo, listen, I rate you. You come in here, you never heard that beat. You missed the
man.
drop a little, but you brought
Yeah.
that back
Yeah,
straight
brother,
away,
my
man.
brother,
Like,
my brother.
I thought the bar was there, but you
Yeah,
know what,
respect,
Rizzy,
fam.
man, you
Respect.
set the bar all
My
the way
brother.
up
Nah,
there,
love,
my
fam.
brother. You
My
get me?
brother,
So
my brother,
the
love,
next
fam.
man that comes on this show,
Fire, you better come with some bars, my brother.
go on, you tell him that. You
Nah,
tell
nah,
him that.
course,
You get
man,
me?
course, man, you
Right
already
then,
know.
Rizzy. So it's been great having you on the show.
man,
Yeah,
love for having man, fam. Trust me,
yeah,
man,
standard. So
appreciate it,
obviously, I
blood.
want you to shout out all your socials, so people that are watching this now
Yeah,
can
man.
see all your stuff. You know
Yeah,
what I
man.
mean?
Instagram Rizzy Rap, Twitter Rizzy Rap, SoundCloud Rizzy Rap. Everything Rizzy Rap, basically.
Yeah,
man.
everything
Love,
Rizzy
fam.
Rap, yeah?
man. Just
Okay,
search
so
up, man.
all of them links are going to be down below. The
Yeah,
link
man.
to Big Smoke's going to be in the description too, alright? So you
My
can
brother.
follow Rizzy on social. You can check his new single out. I might even throw a few freestyles in there as well. A few
Jeez.
links for him, yeah?
Jeez, my brother.
Watch out for the freestyle coming out on Spotify and stuff. It will be coming out literally within a week of this dropping. Like, obviously, we've got a bit of issues with Corona and our distribution, but we're getting there, you know what I mean? So, obviously, it's coming out straight away. Like, as soon as this is dropped, it'll be coming out, like, within the
man.
week, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
man.
watching.
Yeah, man.
Respect
Love,
to
love.
everybody, yeah? Subscribe, like, and comment.
I'll just demand them, trust me.